Hello, everyone, and welcome to our introductory video where I will be going over the syllabus for the course and our Canvas page to make sure that we're all on the same page at the beginning of the semester about what are the requirements, assignments, and so on. So this is Ethnic Studies 3704, Culture, Racism, and Alienation. This is what the syllabus looks like, and this will be available on Canvas for as a PDF download. At the top of the syllabus, you will find my information, particularly my email address. This is important to note because this is the main way for you to communicate with me. There's the description of the course. We focus on key concepts in the field of ethnic studies and the study of race and ethnicity, and use interdisciplinary theories to analyze how racism manifests itself in societal institutions such as education, health, labor, and the criminal justice system. I also like to include a diversity statement in my syllabi just to send the message that this is a welcoming and inclusive space. I do the best that I can to create an inclusive syllabus and course, but please let me know if there are ways to improve the effectiveness of the course for you personally or for other students or student groups. We then look at the course goals and learning objectives. I'm not going to read everything to you. It's a lengthy syllabus, but it's all here for you to read through and familiarize yourself with in terms of what are the goals and learning objectives for the course. These skills are important as members of a diverse global world, but also for your future careers that you may plan to have, especially as more and more employers are looking for employees that are experienced with diversity and inclusivity. I also include a paragraph here about my teaching philosophy, and also a little bit of information about my own background. I also have a video in the videos page for this module where I talk a little bit about myself and what my background is. And this is just because, again, this is an online class. It's kind of hard for you to get to know your professor when you're not meeting them in person. So this is sort of my way to let you know a little bit about myself and any curiosities you may have about my background. My spare time, I enjoy spending time with my Labradoodle Basil, which you may hear on the background from time to time, for which I apologize in advance. And also playing in my craft room where I make handmade greeting cards. The online elements of this course, this is an important section to look at. As you know, this is a completely online course. Everything happens through our Canvas page. Each week in the semester, I will post a new module in the module section of the Canvas page. The components of each module include an introduction to the week, a lecture video and other supplemental videos, a discussion post, reading quiz, and as I mentioned, supplemental video clips. Additional assignments will appear on the module week they are due. The weekly introduction page is a good place to start because I list all of your to-dos for that particular week. The week begins in this course, excuse me, on Tuesday mornings, which means I post a new module every Tuesday morning, and all assignments are due the following Monday evening. This is to give you the weekend time for those of you that are very busy during the week to catch up with your assignments. It's extremely important that you keep pace with the readings and assignments for each week so you do not fall behind. You need to make sure to look at the module for each week and the due dates. Please make sure to turn on notifications on Canvas so that you don't miss out on anything. In terms of office hours, I will hold those by appointment via Zoom. So if you'd like to meet with me about anything, any questions that you may have, please make sure to email me what days and times are available, and we can schedule a time to meet via Zoom. All communication from me will come to your university email address. So make sure to check that email or connect any other email like Gmail if you use that regularly instead. make sure to connect that to your university email. While I do my best to communicate all instructions and expectations of the course via email, Canvas announcements, and the instructions for assignments, it is the student's responsibility to make sure that you're keeping up with due dates for all assignments of the course and that you understand what is expected of you for all assignments. So make sure that you read all emails, announcements, and instructions carefully. Make sure to note that due dates for all assignments and keep them in your calendar. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me. Time management is essential for this course. If managing your time is a challenge for you, please refer to the time management resources I've made available on Canvas. The next section of the syllabus talks about the list of what the different assignments are throughout the semester and their value in terms of points. The extra credit policy, there is 2 extra credit opportunities that could include campus events, off-campus events, or watching films. The way that you earn the extra credit is by writing a 1-page on about what you learned, whether it's a film that you watched or an event that you attended. You get 2 opportunities to do this and 5 points each. No extensions are provided for the extra credit assignments. There is your grading rubric so that you understand what an A, B, C, and so on means in this course in terms of points. For assignments, the very first assignment you'll have is a syllabus quiz where you're expected to read through the syllabus carefully and take a true/false quiz online. There are 2 introductory papers, part 1 and part 2. In the first part, you will respond to the first prompt listed there, write a 2-page paper responding to the prompt. For the second part, that won't be due until the end of the semester, where you revisit your response to the first paper and reflect on what you've learned throughout the semester. The due dates are listed there for each of those assignments. The course also requires you to do discussion posts every week. This takes the place of in-class discussion. So you will need to respond to a discussion post every week, and you're also responsible for responding to another student's post as well. Your postings should be at least 150 words. Your responses are not limited to any particular word count, meaning the responses to the other students, but you should make sure they're engaging and not just an I agree with you post. And these are graded, and you earn 10 points for each discussion post that you do. There are also weekly reading exams. These are short 5 questions, true, false, that are based on the reading for that week. And each quiz is worth 10 points. These quizzes will help prepare you for the midterm and final exams. The quizzes are open book and open note. There's also no time limit on them, and you have 2 attempts to take those. Midterm and final exams. You will have a midterm and a final exam in this course. The exams will be based on the book and lecture material and is meant to test your comprehension of key concepts from the course. A study guide will be provided to you at least a week prior to the exam for you to prepare. These exams are also open book, open note. You will be allowed 2 attempts for each exam up to the due date of each exam, which means that if you're unhappy with your first attempt to score, you may attempt the exam a second time before the due date. Your highest score will be the one that is retained. The midterm exam will be March 11th, and the final will be May 9th. The next section goes over various course policies. The late work and extensions policy is the important one to look at. Discussion posts cannot be turned in late. If there are extenuating circumstances that prevent you from submitting these on time, you can email me and we can discuss it. Students have what I call OOPS tokens. So you have 2 OOPS tokens to use throughout the semester. You can use these to receive an extension on your assignments. These cannot be used for weekly discussions or the final exam. To use an OOPS token, download the form on the OOPS token page on Canvas, fill it out and submit it to me via email at least 1 hour before the assignment is due. The OOPS token allows you a 3-day extension. Once I receive the OOPS token, I will respond with the new due date for your assignment. If you find yourself in a situation at the end of the semester where you may want to take an incomplete, it's important to look at this section. Communication and email policy. As I said before, the best way to communicate with me is via email. You should be aware, however, that I check my email Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and sparingly on weekends. Therefore, you should not expect quick responses from me if you email me after 5 p.m. weekdays or during the weekends. Communication is also key when it comes to any issues or challenges you may be having that prevent you from attending class, turning in an assignment on time, or impact your overall performance in class. Communicating with me as early as possible and confronted with an issue will ensure that I can work with you to maximize your success in the course. So it's important that as challenges present themselves, death in the family, an illness, anything of the sort, that is going to get in the way of you being able to do your work for the class, please email me as early as possible, telling me at the end of the class that this is why you have missed assignments or your scores weren't so great, won't help you at that point. The student code of conduct is listed there. Available help and support. Student office hours, as I mentioned before, these will be on Zoom via an appointment. These are great opportunities, not just to discuss the course, the questions that you may have about the course or your performance, but it's a good opportunity to also just get to know your professors, ask them questions about their own career paths, and so on. If you need accommodations for disabilities, please make sure to go through that particular office so that I can get the appropriate letter. I'm more than happy to make those accommodations for you. Same thing with any religious or holiday accommodation that you need. Just email me and let me know, and we can work out any deadlines we need to change. There is a student and community counseling center on campus, the writing center, the Phoenix Center, which provides services for anyone experiencing interpersonal violence. There's a food pantry on campus as well. There's an office focused on veteran and military students. Some of you may already be familiar with the Center for Identity and Inclusion. And there's also an LGBTQ resource center. And I list these on my syllabus. One, because sometimes students really aren't aware of some of these services on campus, but also as a reminder that these services are available to you and are resources should you need any kind of assistance throughout the semester. In terms of materials for the course, you just need one textbook called Race and Racism, A Critical Approach. The book should be available via the college bookstore. Make sure you get the 3rd edition of the course. The book is also available on reserve at the campus library. Any readings outside of the textbook will be available on Canvas, but the vast majority of the readings do come from this textbook. So make sure to get that as soon as possible. You can also get the book online. Amazon offers it. I'm not sure if other places offer it as well. And then after that, you will see the schedule of what we will be doing every week. So for instance, our first week, your assignments are to read the syllabus, the discussion post guidelines, and this brief article. Watch the videos that are available, and your assignments that are due are the discussion post for the week, getting to know you survey, and the syllabus quiz. And this is the same pattern that you're going to have week after week. If there's something additional, like on week 2, you also have your intro paper part 1 due. You will see that listed there. But most weeks you will have a discussion post and a reading quiz due. So make sure to keep up with those. And then, as I said, week 8, you have your midterm exam and a midterm self and course evaluation that I ask you to fill out. And then there's spring break noted there. Intro paper part 2 is due week 14. And then, of course, your finals week. So that pretty much covers the syllabus. I also want to just quickly share the Canvas page for those that may not be familiar with Canvas. So this is what you will see when you get into our Canvas page. Under the syllabus tab, you will find the summary of our syllabi. This is where the entire syllabus is there available for you to download. I also took some of those parts of the syllabus and created separate pages for them for easy reference. So if you want to just take a quick look at what the course book and materials are, you can just click on that page and it will give you all the information there. Everything for the course on a weekly basis will be found under the modules button. So here, for instance, you see already week 1, the introduction page, the videos page, the link to the discussion post. This is the reading for this week. I'm sorry, this is the discussion post guidelines and the article for this week. The discussion post for you to do, the syllabus quiz, and the getting to know you survey. So most weeks, this is pretty much the same pattern. There'll be an introductory page, a videos page, any additional articles that you may have to look at, a link to the discussion post for that week, a link to the quiz for that week, or any other assignments that you may have. If you want to look directly at assignments, you can click in this button. You want to go directly to the discussion post, you can go to the discussions post page. So there you will find listed this week's discussion, and so on. There's also a button for you to look at your grades as we go through the semester, and so on. So if you have any questions about content on Canvas, you can sorry. You can go ahead and email me those questions. If you have technical questions about Canvas not working, then those should be referred to the tech folks office. So if you have any questions about the syllabus, about our course for the semester that you may still have after watching this video, again, please make sure to email me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. I look forward to the semester with you all. Have a wonderful week.